Get started, we're going to ask Cindy Ritz to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. If you'd stand, please.
Or Lisa.
Or, I'm sorry, Lisa.
No, it's okay.
Short memory.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you both. Short-term memory. Okay. All right. Before we get started, just a couple of things. These meetings are televised live, so we please ask you to approach the podium. Please tell us who you are, the business you represent. If you've got plans, you can lay them out on the desk right beside the podium. And if you haven't already done so, we please ask you to turn off your cell phones. Okay, so we'll get started. Our first application tonight is DRB 2015-62, the application of Christine Shirley at 104 East Lancaster Avenue in Wayne for a new awning. And the applicant has asked that the meeting be, her application be continued to next month. So we'll see her in January. Next is DRB 2015-64, the application of Starbucks. It's 775 East Lancaster Avenue in Villanova for wall signage, window signage, and outside dining. Good evening.
Good evening. My name's Carrie Nace. I'm an attorney at Fox Rothschild, and I represent Starbucks.
Okay.
I'll get my plan up here for you.
Sure, nice to have you here.
Thank you.
Okay, so we have some new plans in front of us tonight.
I even have my Starbucks drink. I'm a bit of a fan.
Is that? Great. Also here with me this evening is Bill Delcanic, who's a representative of Starbucks. Starbucks is proposing a new coffee shop in a shopping center located over at 775 East Lancaster Avenue. When we're here this evening to review with you the proposed signage as well as a small outdoor patio area.
Great.
The new store will actually be on an end cap of the building, as you can see in the elevations that we sent to you. So the first request is for 2 wall signs. It'll be one on each side, which will contain the name Starbucks Coffee, as you can see up here, with the green lettering. The second page of your packet includes a more detailed of that sign. Each sign's approximately 21.8 square feet for a total of 43.6 square feet. The second is for 3 hanging window signs. Those are the circular signs that you can see in the elevations here. Each of those will be 4.91 square feet for a total of 14.73 square feet.
Okay.
And then the last is a small, what I kind of call a decal with the name Starbucks on it. It is along the front door. It's actually down in this area here. It's kind of hard to see there. It's on the last page of your handout, a more detail of that, and that's going to be 1.8 square feet. Initially, the application also had mentioned a blade sign was going to be proposed. However, it did come to our attention subsequent to filing the application that the blade sign would not be permitted. So we have removed it from the drawings and are withdrawing that from the application. So no blade sign will be proposed.
Okay, great. Just to give us some perspective, we've had a couple applicants already come in for that building. Which side faces Route 30? Is it the top photograph?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so just to the left of what we're looking at, Bernie Robbins is there now, correct?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So you guys all kind of know where,
I was thinking what Bernie's sign was.
as far as letter height?
Yeah.
I think
It's
it
much
was,
smaller, but it fits that
yeah, it does, the
space
band in there.
well. Yeah.
Okay. The one thing, we have a height limit also on signage. And according to your plans, it looks like you're at 16 feet on that sign. You're really supposed to cap it at 15 feet.
Mr. Chairman, this was part of the development that we had the settlement agreement.
Okay, great.
So that there's not an issue with the sign.
Okay, fine, thanks. Okay, so size looks like it's fine. Okay. Materials looks like it's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Great.
I think people will be able to find it.
Being a corner property, you're allowed 2 signs, 2 wall signs. Okay. The window signage is such I don't know, that's going to illuminate green, I imagine, right? The Starbucks colors with white?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, all right, okay.
And, yeah, usually we have all signs reversed to white at night with a black background, but this is special signage, so this is all okay with everybody, right?
Well, as far as the settlement agreement, that's what you're referring to as special signage, or this particular type of sign?
Pardon me?
What are you referring to as special signage?
The window sign, wouldn't we typically ask for the lettering to be white and the background of the sign to drop out to black so you don't see it?
Correct, that's been your typical standard.
Right, and so now it will be illuminated at night, we'll see green and the white, and so that varies from the rest of the code, but this is a special area, so what would you, what's the,
I'm not sure what you mean by special area.
isn't this shopping area addressed somewhat differently than other parts? Okay,
No.
so we can request that?
Yes.
Okay, thanks, I was a little confused about that.
Okay. The other question is, I don't know, do we have that many internally lit window
Well,
signs as such?
Yeah,
If
so
we
I
classify
always
this
think
as a
that's a
window
little
sign.
different. It's
Exactly.
inside the window.
Right,
Okay, so then I'm saying
yeah.
let's
So
let
like
it go there.
on wall signage.
Wall signage
it's-
is different.
Or ground signage or pole signage, it has to be reversed, opaque.
Yeah. And what does
But-
the sign look like at night? What does the Starbucks sign looks like, the wall sign outside?
And the wall
Is it-
sign, is that illuminated as well? Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but that's channel
that's-
letter,
yeah.
individual channel letter, so that'd be fine if it lights up Starbucks screen.
Got it,
Okay.
okay. So I
All
think
right.
everything looks good.
Okay, so we're okay with the window signage being green?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, very good.
Do you have any control over the sign in Devon? Yes? It's really hard to see that sign when you're coming down 30. I'm looking and looking how I miss that Starbucks all the time. There's a tree in front of the Starbucks. Could you get a medallion down lower on that pole? I'm not kidding. If I tell someone to meet me at Starbucks, they're like, I didn't see it. Yeah, the one going west on the way to, yeah, it's Devon.
Okay.
So this all looks good.
All right, so, okay, wall signage looks good, window signs we're okay with.
Mm-hmm.
The so-called decal window, we're fine with.
Okay,
Okay,
great.
good.
Would they be separate motions?
No, we're going to put them all together, but they're going to do some outside
No,
dining
I mean,
also.
the outside dining is a separate motion, right?
I think we can,
Okay.
it's all one application, so. Okay, but I guess, yeah, I guess you're fine. Your window signage is well within your 20% allotment of total window space, so you're good there. Your materials are fine for your wall sign. Actually, before we jump over to the outside dining, just a couple of things. You'll see in town a lot of sandwich boards or A-frame type boards. They're actually not allowed. Okay, so you've been warned. All right, okay. All right, and I think the property owners have been working for a uniform address number on the buildings, so you might want to check with them. I don't know what they came up with, but since it's a new construction, you know, each tenant should have their own address number on the building. And do you know, are you going to add anything to the monument signs out front? There's, I guess, one monument sign that's not complete. I think it's just framed out. I'm sorry, can you come up to the mic too, please?
Sorry, I'm not familiar with the pylon.
I'm not familiar with the monument sign either.
I'm sorry?
I'm not familiar with the monument sign either.
Okay. There's probably about 4 monument signs on that property. I think only, or one is still open. I don't think it's been complete yet, so.
At this time, we're not proposing any.
Okay, okay, fine. All right. Okay, is there any other questions or comments?
I think it looks good.
About signage, window signage, wall signage? Okay, all right. So you want to talk to us about outside dining? Okay,
Yes.
great.
Yep. There
All right.
is a small outdoor patio area that has already been designated as a patio. The application did reference that we would have 4 tables and 8 chairs. However, again, subsequent to submitting, it came to our attention that the actual area that was constructed was different than that shown on the initial plans, and it is smaller. So the area is approximately 200 square feet. So we did reduce that number down to 2 tables with 6 chairs. So you'll have 1 table with 2 chairs, and the other table will have 4 chairs. Since it is a separate patio area, it will not obstruct any walkways or sidewalks within that
Okay.
shopping center. I did submit as part of the application some details on the type of furniture. The chairs will be black aluminum. And then the tables will be a black galvanized steel.
Good.
And then they will also have a retractable umbrella. The pole and the base will be stainless steel, and then the umbrella will be the Starbucks green canvas.
Without any writing on it, right?
Correct.
Okay, because your photograph shows, okay.
Correct.
Plain, okay.
Right.
Great.
And as you mentioned, there were photographs in the packet that I submitted, which do represent a similar patio area for another Starbucks location, and that's what this would look like.
Okay. How many seats do you have inside, do you know, approximately? We just,
Looks like at least 32. Wait a minute, is this more seating? 32, so you'd be allowed 25% of that.
Right.
So you're within that,
yeah, if you have 32, you're allowed 8 seats, so,
and you're
That's
down to 6.
right.
Yeah. So I mean, I think I just counted up the seats on your plan.
Okay, good.
They are within the ordinance requirements for
Okay.
number of seats.
Okay, great.
And is the patio it sticks out from the building, it's separate from the building, I see. So it's a little bit on 30 and on the, got it.
Correct.
Will there be any fencing or barrier around the patio area?
Yes, there will be a black aluminum fence.
Got it.
Good. Anything else, Donnie? Look good. Lisa?
That's good.
Cindy?
Looks good.
Okay, any questions for the board?
No.
No?
Board, if I could get some
Yes.
clarification, did we talk about the umbrellas? Because the
I-
package that they
Yeah.
submitted, the umbrellas
Yeah,
with the
just
lettering on
mention that.
there?
Yeah,
Okay.
no
With no
advertising.
lettering. Yeah.
Right.
Letter.
Okay. All right, good.
All right.
You take it, Cindy?
Oh, sure.
Okay.
In the matter of DRB 2015-64 Starbucks located at 775 East Lancaster Avenue in Villanova, I move that we accept both the signage and the outdoor dining as presented by the applicant.
Okay.
And you do know that you have to go before the Board of Health for outdoor dining. You know, there are other restrictions. We can't just pass that, right?
Or
Can we
or meet the approval of the
meet the-
Board of Health
It has
and
to
the-
meet the approval of the Board of Health.
Your approval is for the types of furniture
Yes.
and features out there.
Right.
Then they will submit an application to obtain their outdoor dining license, and
Yeah.
that'll be.
I just want to
then-
make sure that you knew that we don't approve
Yes.
that.
Yep.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
Do we hear a second? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, next on the agenda is DRB 2015-65. The application is certified recon at 878 County Line Road in Bryn Mawr for a freestanding sign and a wall sign. Hello there.
Hello.
How you doing?
Hi, my name is Ramsey Shoemaker. I'm the owner of Certified Recon. We are on 878 County Line Road, and we are just here to get our hanging sign and our wall sign permitted.
Okay, great.
The location that we were at previously had a detail company there, and we actually just took the same places they already had signage that came before you guys, I believe, several years ago, and they had signage approved there. The name of the company was Classy Automotive. So the hanging sign we got is exact same sign, exact same dimensions, with the same pole that was originally used for the sign that was approved before.
Okay.
Same with the wall sign.
Okay, good.
So the only difference is, I'm sorry, the color and content.
Okay, so the material on the sign you're going to use?
The material in the sign, that I am not completely sure. It was I believe it was wooden and it was milled out, and but I just saw the sign for the first time today.
Okay, all right. So, I mean, size is certainly okay.
Yeah.
Location, he's far enough up Cartway.
I like the logo. I think it looks great. I think it's really
Thank you.
very
Yeah.
attractive.
Are you going to illuminate any of those signs?
No, nothing's illuminated.
No
we have-
illumination?
there are outside lights on the building, and so it's not really necessary for illumination of the signs.
Okay. And we just need to make sure that the sign along the road doesn't swing.
Oh, no, the sign has, it has two, it's connected on top by two different things, and on the side it has another
Bracketed.
connection, so it does not swing.
Okay, good.
Okay?
And no buffer swirls.
No.
All right.
No swirls. We don't believe in swirls.
Squirrels?
Swirls on a car, in your paint.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, oh. But you should tell us about your business.
For sure, there's an
These are
opportunity.
your free moments of advertising.
Well, actually, our business, we'll be in business about 2 years, I believe, in February. What we do is we're a detail company. We actually contract and we put staffing into the dealerships. So we actually work with Wilkie Lexus, we work with Acura Volkswagen of Ardmore, and we also work with Toyota of Ardmore. So we provide staffing to detail all their cars, so we have about 20 employees altogether. And this location is more so of an overflow location and for some private work as well. But just so we can get everything done, because we have a giant influx of cars that we do now, so.
Nice.
So you don't take retail off the, just if someone drives in with their
No,
car?
we do. That's the point of this shop as well. So we're going to do some overflow, and now we're also going to go after a private retail market.
Right,
Good.
Oh, good,
okay.
great.
The wall sign in the back? Okay, so same size, same location, same
Yeah,
everything?
yeah, same size, exactly. We just took the same exact plaque, because I already had it
Okay.
outlined on the wall, and we just put something in that fit into the space.
Okay, and again, no lighting?
No lighting.
Okay. And I guess the only other thing is the fasteners?
Oh, yeah, the fasteners shouldn't be seen. I don't know what the previous sign was like, but fasteners are supposed to be hidden.
Okay.
I think your sign, the guy who installed your sign, or the company that installed your sign should have, do you know if those are hidden?
I don't know if they're hidden or not.
There are a couple of ways to do it, so
so-
that even if they're seen, you can put caps over them, right? Am I
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, fill
that's
them
what I
and
did
cap
with
them
mine. You
or-
fill in, you just so we don't see, the screws.
You don't see screws.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to see screws
no.
either.
Yeah,
I
I know,
agree.
you're a detail guy.
Exactly. I'm very particular about certain things.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other questions?
Looks good. I don't know, man, I think it looks great.
Again, you probably
Yeah.
heard with the application of Starbucks, you're not allowed to put the sandwich boards along the road.
I never
All right,
liked them.
things have a
Are
tendency
you
to
gonna
pop
be
up.
serving coffee or anything? No, I'm just kidding.
Okay. All right.
Looks good.
Any other questions for us?
No, I think we're good.
Okay, board's good. Any other questions? Lisa, you want to take this one? Okay, great.
On the matter of DRB 2015-65, I move that we approve the freestanding sign and the wall sign as submitted.
Okay.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay.
I do have
Thank-
one question, which I should have thought of already. I don't see your address noted here, so if someone's looking for you,
The address is actually on the wall sign.
Okay,
Oh, sorry.
maybe I didn't see that.
Yeah, it's actually on the wall sign, it's just hard to see. The
Okay.
rendering they gave me, the detail in the rendering wasn't very good.
Oh, okay,
But the
okay.
address is actually on the bottom of that wall sign.
Got it. Okay, so I'll be able to find you.
Yeah. We're yellow and gray, we're hard to miss, and we've had the outside of the building painted, it's gray now too.
Good.
The brick is still there, but the doors have been painted gray, so it does stand out a bit more.
Good job.
Okay, great. Thanks, guys.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Next on tonight's agenda is DRB 2015-66, the application of Little Basil Asian Kitchen at 906 Conestoga Road in Bryn Mawr for a awning sign. Hello there, how you doing?
Yes, yeah, this is the owner, and he submit the
Yes.
thing for the awning, and he didn't bring anything with him.
Didn't bring anything.
Yeah.
Okay, we can give you one of ours.
Why don't you,
Let's see.
You know,
It's the
why don't you
number
put
is
those on the
20.
table so that viewers at home can see that?
Yeah, gracious, you're right. Very nice. Okay, so,
Yep.
So this is a new business or existing business?
New business, I see that, new business.
This is a new business, okay. All right. It's a little busy on the awning.
busy.
A little big, a little busy. Okay. The material of the awning, what kind of material are you going to use? Do you know?
Xem rồi đã. Su bé,
Phù mùa.
mua, like a cloth material.
A cloth,
Yeah.
not a vinyl.
Vinyl, su bé, right? Vinyl, he said.
It's vinyl.
Yes, vinyl.
Good.
Su bé, vinyl.
No good.
No, we can't have vinyl. And the drop is too big.
The drop's too big and the lettering's too big.
Yeah, so
Okay.
this is unfortunate that you didn't know this, but,
Okay, you want to break the bad news?
yeah, sure.
Okay.
This is in our sign code, that tells us the rules of making signs. This is too big. Let me pull it open for you. Okay, so this is, this part here, where it has all your information, that's called the drop. And the drop can only be 8 inches, I think.
Well, the lettering.
The lettering can only be 8 inches. What can the drop be? I should have.
Drop could really be anything. but
Oh,
it's-
really?
But you're limited to your
Okay.
size of your letters.
So the lettering can only be 8 inches. Your lettering is probably 32 inches, 30,
So 8 inches lettering,
yeah.
and what about the yellow part?
The yellow part, you're saying that can be,
It's got to be a umbrella.
it's got to be made out of Sunbrella fabric, not vinyl.
A cloth,
A
cloth type
yeah,
material.
cloth. There are other awnings you can see that are made out, you can just ask, are you a sign person? No.
No.
Okay, so you can ask a sign company about the Sunbrella. I can write it down for you. It's the fabric that they make most of these signs out of, most of the awnings are made out of. And we're okay with the arch?
The arch is, the arch is fine,
Okay.
but yeah, the lettering's way too big, and
Yeah.
no way they're going to get all that information with 8-inch letters.
Yeah, so you're gonna have to think about what you want to get, what you're willing to get rid of.
Mhm.
So with the 8-inch letters, it's only,
Yes. So what is the solution to that? Who needs to-
solution,
Yes.
smaller letters.
Smaller?
Well, let
Let me see, can you do a wall sign?
well, yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah, because originally it was like that.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know, I would go to a wall sign. Now, what can you have on a wall sign?
Name
You can
and
have your
number.
name, your
Yeah,
business.
yeah. You can have phone number.
Yeah.
Mm,
You can't-
website.
Can you have delivery, takeout?
Technically, no.
Put that on your window.
Yeah.
Okay, so on the wall sign, we would allow 12-inch letters? 12?
I'd say in that location,
In that
12 max.
location, so 12-inch letters. The sign itself can be,
You know what, I
Let me look
checked
at
your,
this. how, you know what that, if I have to guesstimate on
The-
that, I'm gonna go,
I calculated that they're allowed about 30 square feet on a wall sign.
okay.
So I think with the amount of information the applicant wants to put, he's going to have a hard time fitting it on an awning. I think, to be perfectly honest with you, an awning would look good in that location because the neighboring business, Chris's Grill, or he changed the name now, Zesto Pizzas, he's got an awning and it looks good, but there's an awful lot of information that the applicant wants to tell the public about, which is going to have a hard time fitting it all on an awning. You could,
You're also limited
put
by
some
what
of
you're
it in
allowed
the
to write
window.
on it.
I'm sorry?
You can put some of it in the window.
yeah,
though.
exactly. Yeah, like Lisa said, you could put some of that information in the window, and you could put your awning and maybe do what your neighboring business did and put the name of the business on top of the awning.
That would look nice.
Yeah. The awning idea would be a nice idea, but
He could have a sign 2 feet by 15 feet
roughly,
with
yeah.
the information that he
Yes,
has here.
yes.
Yeah.
Mhm, yeah.
Have you signed it?
Was one of the reasons he wanted to put an awning up, is he getting too much sun in the morning, or is it because he likes to look at the awning?
Better than the,
It does look better, yeah.
Just going for that, but now he thinks once you get someone local that knows the codes. and
Right,
everything,
right.
Yeah.
This guy's out of Pennsylvania, he probably doesn't know.
Well, it's all online. They can go online and look at the codes and see exactly what's required and what they can do and what they cannot do.
And tell them they can use the window too, so they can split the information.
咁即係我牆位我哋反嘅呢啲你做嘅，你管你做嘅。
So at this point, is the sign still up?
Yeah, science it.
It's still up. Okay, so we're not giving you a hardship there if you have no signage, okay.
Yeah, the business closed right now.
The
Oh,
business-
So he's a new
He
owner.
has not,
Yes.
has not opened yet?
Yes,
Wait, it has opened?
no.
No, not yet, okay.
When is he going to open?
Hopefully whenever the permit gets approved.
A month, 2 months, 3 months? Any idea?
After that.
Something like
Yeah,
that?
we don't know. We asked the guys. He's taking a look at it the 15th of this month. So
Okay.
yeah, maybe a month or two.
Okay, so let's suggest you come back
Yes.
next, to our next meeting, and you have a different design. You can come with an awning if you want to do, but if you want to do an awning, you can only put information on what we call the drop, and not a lot of information is allowed on there. Your
No.
address, the name of your business, and that's it, your phone number.
Yeah, your phone number.
Your phone number or your
Yeah.
email address, the street number, and the name of the business. So it could only say on the drop part, Asian Kitchen Little Basil. Yeah, and if you have a website address, or you can put your telephone number on there. You can't put delivery takeout. But you could, in your window, you can cover, is this 20%
You know,
section or 15?
that's Conestoga Road, so it's a little bit different code on that. So we'll say, let's just say 15 to play it
Okay.
safe, but you might be able to go up to 20.
So in the window, you could do 15% coverage with signage that says delivery takeout, you know, that could be seen pretty well. It could be, you know, inside your window.
So I think he can hire someone who has the.
Yeah, because you want to fit it, you want it to fit in, you want to be able to do what you'd like. But you do, so we send you home with 2 facts.
Back to drawing board.
Yeah, back to the drawing board. You could do the awning with little basil above it, but again, you can only put the name of the business, the telephone number, and the street address on that drop part of the awning, and that can only be 8 inches, so the awning might limit you.
Yeah,
And again, the awning has to be the canvas type material, this umbrella.
yeah, no problem.
Okay.
And if you want to do the sign, it can be longer than it is.
Yeah.
But don't make, so your largest letter on a wall sign is 12 inches. So even though you have more area that you can fill, don't fill it. You can only do 12-inch letters. And the information that can be on there is takeout Chinese, takeout.
I think it would work better in the window.
Okay, put that on
Yeah.
the window.
Yeah.
Okay.
One more question.
Sure.
So next month, does he just come in?
Well, he has to
submit.
to submit plans
But does he have to read, he doesn't have to pay, do
by December 23rd. You have to submit plans to Peggy, right? Our next meeting is January 13th,
Okay, so submit and then come back.
by December 23rd, to be able to get on the agenda for January. Okay?
Okay.
All right, the other thing I'm going to mention to you, he can put up a temporary banner, but only for 30 days. So if he's going to open up the business and he has no signage, you can put a temporary banner for 30 days, but it has to be approved by the township. So you have to go to them with the design, and they'll give you the approval, or no approval.
All right, thank you so much.
Okay, you all right? Any other
you.
questions?
Almost me out from there.
Okay, you guys,
Um,
you're Kevin, I'm sorry, go ahead,
I had a
Tom.
couple of questions. I'm a patron of the restaurant.
Oh, okay.
But that pass-through window,
Yeah.
to my knowledge, has never been used.
Yes, that is original. So he's,
You might want to remove that
Yeah.
if you're not using it. The other thing, too, I'm not so sure about that protruding air conditioner.
yeah, he's gonna take care of that. Once the plan is approved for his remodel and stuff.
So that'll be gone?
I'm gonna go,
Không tiêu tôi này. Yeah.
probably,
Yeah.
probably.
Okay. And when you come back, one of you needs to tell us about the business, so everyone
Oh,
knows.
he will definitely come back and tell you about the business. No problem.
Oh, great.
All right. That's one.
Okay. Kevin, are you okay with everything then?
Absolutely.
Okay, terrific.
Yeah, he's gonna submit and he can come back next week.
Yes, by December 23rd
Yes, yes.
at 4 o'clock.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah,
All right,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Okay,
Thank you,
thank you,
gentlemen.
guys.
Bye-bye.
Good night.
So cute.
All right, next on the agenda tonight is DRB 2015-67, the application of Venture Construction Company at 516 West Lancaster Avenue in Wayne for a facade change. So I think most of you know that McDonald's is closed, and this is a
Yes, what is going on?
facade change. How are you?
I guess they're going to throw me under the bus.
No, no, just,
They're going to change, I know from the email that I got, which I don't have a whole lot of information, just other than the email, they're going to change the mansard roof to and y'all, I'm assuming they told me that you got the pictures for this.
Yes, we do. Do you have any, did you bring
I
anything
do
with you?
not have any.
Okay, again, you want to lay out some of this?
Yes.
And,
They wanted me to also give you some paint colors and stuff like that.
Okay, good.
See what
Wait,
y'all want.
so is it still a McDonald's?
Yeah, yes.
Oh, it's going to remain a McDonald's?
Yeah, they're just taking off the lights.
okay. Well, why don't you tell us who you are and the business you represent and all the good stuff there, and,
I'm the superintendent for Venture Construction.
okay, great. All right, so like we said, the McDonald's is closed, and basically you're going to board it up. Is that the idea?
See, I don't know that.
Okay,
I don't personally know that. All I know is that we're taking the roof system off and putting a new roof system on. You don't have the pictures to the new stuff.
We have a before and after. We have this.
Well, what is
Did they give you
this?
the, yes, that is it.
This is it. This is the new stuff, I think.
And that's what they're going to do, was we originally did that at another McDonald's. So that's actually what we're going to put on this one.
Okay, so I'm just, this is going to reopen as a McDonald's. Because if one more person in town asks me as if I know, I just don't know. So it is, okay.
Yes.
And we can assume during construction that the building will be unoccupied and unused.
Oh, yes.
And you
Oh,
will have
absolutely.
some date for reopening.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
All right.
okay. So
Okay,
we're
so
just approving this roof.
Yeah, why don't you just walk us through and show us exactly what you're going to do here?
Basically, it's taking this roof off. And the pictures that y'all have,
Yep.
putting the new roof on. And with the new color scheme.
Sir, please speak into the mic.
I'm sorry, obviously taking the new color scheme, which is whatever y'all decide, what colors that you want, is getting rid of the yellow, I believe, and the red, and going to a neutral beige color. I also brought a spec of the shingles that are going to be used for y'all to look at.
Okay.
And some color swatches just to see what colors that y'all want.
All right, good.
Is this because corporate McDonald's is kind of doing this?
I'm assuming yes,
Yeah.
and it's got to match y'all's, the township
Oh, okay,
color and stuff like that.
got it.
Well, I remember when this building was painted, and the previous chairman, I remember calling me that day, he was like flipping out.
Yeah, it's
'Cause it was
bright.
pretty.
Jim?
Yeah, it's bright.
Back. And, yeah, it was a real shock, you know. and I
Yeah,
guess
we
they
did some
just-
silver diners in Richmond, Virginia
Yeah.
for another company, and we had to take away some of the, silver diners got a lot of stainless steel, and we had to take away some of that stainless steel because it was so bright.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, it took away from the silver diner look, but,
I'm trying to get my arms around this. We're just looking at a change of roof now. We're not looking at signage. We're not looking at anything else.
Right.
correct.
We're just looking at change in the roof
Correct.
line
But we're
and
talking-
possible
sorry.
colors.
Yeah.
yes.
Color
Possible
cards
color.
for the exterior facade all around the building, right?
Correct.
You submitted these pictures that show the yellow and red.
Yeah, and I'm assuming, and because this is my, not knowing what their plan is, I'm assuming that the yellow and red is going to be changed to a neutral color. I'm thinking that's correct, because from the email that I got,
They said, go before this board and kind of wing it.
Yeah.
yeah, that's exactly what they said.
So the only thing you can ask for now is the change
We were
of
going
roof
to,
line.
yeah, the neutral beige, so we're going to do all new colors on the outside, from what I understand.
Okay.
Well, you have to tell us what those colors
The
are.
building is currently red and white yellow theme.
Yes, it's awful. but
Yeah, they're
continue.
taking that, they're going to do the beige thing now.
So,
So did
so-
they, okay, so let's. do
That's what the email said.
yeah, let's do the roof
Let's
first.
do
Let's
the
just
roof.
look at
What
the
do you have
roof
for roof?
individually.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so tell us exactly what the roof is going to be again, and we'll show us the shingles and everything.
You have the picture, so I
Yeah.
can't really.
Yes. Do
They're
you want
taking-
one? Here, you can put this up on the,
They're taking all this, I'm assuming that they're taking.
so our viewers at home.
You know what, too? I'll give you the handheld. That'll be a little easier for you.
I'm assuming they're going to take the white panels off, these white things right here, which is, I'm thinking that's lighting inside of that also. From the email that I got, they're taking that off and just making it all the roof all the way around, just like this.
Yes, straight, it's not going to have
Yeah,
that dent
it's
in
not-
it.
it's
I don't
like
know
a
what you call that,
master
but yeah.
That's correct. Then they're going to take this yellow and the red and make it beige.
Okay.
They're going to repaint all that. And the fascia, of course, and everything, so it all matches and flows with the building.
Okay.
Good.
All right.
So you brought us a sample shingle and some
Yes.
color cards?
Yes.
Some PMS cards or
Yep.
something? Okay.
Yep. Also, I brought these here, so, from Sherwin-Williams.
Oh,
And we
okay.
can make anything with, this is the exterior grade stuff. That's interior, but we can use those colors for exterior also.
Okay. So will your company be doing the roofing as well as the painting, or? the-
Yes, we'll be doing it all, yes.
Okay, great. So we're dealing with, okay, well, I'll
Yeah, it'll
just,
be one contractor and,
Joe, I've never had the opportunity to pick out the colors for
Yeah.
McDonald's before.
I'm pretty
I know,
excited, I
right?
gotta
This is,
tell you.
we'll just do
This is
green.
the first.
No, we're not doing green.
green? Here's the roof shingle.
Oh, that's what we need to see the roof shingle.
And,
Okay, well,
Oh.
maybe we all need to stand together and look at this, so we
You've been
can,
holding out on us here.
yeah. You got the good stuff.
You know, guys, I'm not 100% sure if this is going to be a McDonald's or if this is really more of an application just to board up the building and bring it back to its original color
What was
from the
it?
previous owner.
Wait, Kevin knows.
Yeah, I believe that is the scenario where McDonald's is left, is not coming back.
Okay.
And they are making the building look not like a McDonald's.
Okay,
They are apparently open to your input on color selection,
okay.
Got it.
To make it more appealing to the next tenant for
to
rental?
make it not look like it used to look.
Okay,
Yes.
all right.
Or an old McDonald's, and this is.
So this is really a transitional
Right.
This-
phase.
Yeah,
Right.
this is the obviously, yeah, and this
Not the
is-
green.
Right, exactly.
Got it. And these two colors will be used together?
That's correct. See, that's all one shingle.
Yeah.
One
Okay, got it.
shingle's like 3 feet long.
Okay.
So this tab will be multiple tabs through the shingle
Got it.
itself.
Okay.
But that is the color.
Okay.
So let's look at should we all look at the colors?
Pick one.
What? You've been redoing
Lisa.
your house. Surely you can pick a few colors. Okay, Lisa's
I
up.
picked some of these too, just in case, at Sherwin-Williams. I think a couple of these match this.
You're on the clock.
Oh,
This is a first.
Yeah. This is the first.
I like that you brought some suggestions. Because you want it to be as innocuous, it's just like, just subtle as possible.
Obviously, yeah.
Right.
We can put it back yellow and
No,
red.
no, 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 no,
You
no.
don't like that?
Oh. You're very close.
Looks like a winner.
Yeah. I think I'd say this one. I like that too, yeah.
All right,
So
we
are
have a
supposed to
winner
pick
here.
two colors or one?
75-12?
Yeah. Did you want two colors or one?
I don't, it's up to y'all, whatever
Oh,
y'all. I
okay.
mean-
I'm good with, you just want it to fade into the landscape so the next tenant
Right.
Correct.
can do their thing. So to make it simple, I would just go with, I like that.
All right.
Pavilion beige. Let's put these here. Here you go.
That's what you want? All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay.
Forget Nicholas Pike's I didn't.
I
We don't
had
know who
nothing to
picked
do
those
with
colors. Well, I don't know if I put this back together correctly. And this is yours. No, it's all right. Here you go. That's yours. All right.
Okay, good. All right, so we got,
Well, that makes it easier. I didn't realize
Thank
what
you.
how we were going.
okay, great. So we have the roofing material, we have the paint, and it looks like you're going to board up the windows. That's on the application,
Is that what it says?
to board up the windows.
Okay.
And I assume you're just going to board them up with plywood, or you want to paint that too to dress it up a little bit?
If you want me to, I guess we can.
What do you
I mean,
think,
we can
guys?
paint the plywood the same color as the facade, or the outside.
Yeah, I don't think we want to look at bare plywood.
No, but it's going to look really bad if everything, the whole building is painted that beige.
And
Sure.
Whether or
You want it
not
off color for the plywood?
Wait a second, what?
you would want to see plywood on there or not, but there, in some of these dilapidated buildings around the country, they're making, they're boarding them up and making the plywood look like windows and doors, so it doesn't have that
Yeah.
board-up feel to it, and simply done with paint.
Like a black paint or
Well,
a dark?
black and white and that type of thing, but, whether
Yeah,
or not
so-
we
We can
need
paint the
to.
plywood black and it's installed.
I don't know if you want black. I mean,
Well, you want it to look like windows. So consider that at and t building on the corner of, what is it, Banbury and 30, or, those aren't real windows.
Yeah, but there's a lot of glass in that
There's a lot of
building.
glass. On this, I know.
Take a look there, I mean, that's,
Well, I would not want to see plywood all around that building. And look
No.
at the glass, the entryway.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to have plywood over it too. It'll look really bad until the next tenant comes along and decides what they want to do.
I'm going to ask our Lisa, what do you think of curb appeal on this now?
There's none.
Why can't you leave the windows as windows?
I,
Can
Why do
you
we have
leave
to
them?
board it up?
I'm assuming they can. I mean, see, I haven't seen the permit.
yeah,
I haven't
that's,
seen the drawings. I haven't
they
seen
wrote
all-
on here, board up windows, so.
I'd rather just see it painted.
So we could do the
Well, I would
windows.
too, yeah.
I'd rather see it painted and the windows stay intact.
Okay,
Is there lighting on the building so that they're,
that I do not know.
to discourage vandalism? I mean, it's right in the middle of, a very
I
active
have not
area.
seen the site, have not been at the site, so.
Kevin, I imagine for safety's sake, you guys would rather have a building, I guess, with glass. At least you can see what's going on inside if there's a fire or somebody's in there.
Does the township have a preference?
Well, again, looking at a building that's boarded up with just plywood, we do that in emergency situations as a temporary situation. But we have seen, I don't know, we've seen it in Radnor, but there's that technique of painting a faux window or two and a door on there just to make it not look like plywood.
Right.
Not saying that every window's got to be replicated, but just something, or at least painting the plywood.
Do you see a problem with just
Can we
leaving
leave
it
it
as windows?
glass?
Oh, I don't see any problems just leaving it as windows, no. I mean, we have
Okay. What
numerous
if
vacant buildings.
the applicant comes back and says, no, we want this boarded up for some reason? can,
Well, I would think if you don't want to see them, you can tell them your preferences to this, to do X, and then if they're not going to do that, and they're going to board it up, then your recommendation, if they board it up, they do Y.
All right,
okay,
that sounds fair enough.
okay, that's good.
Okay. All right. And that's pretty much what the applicant has asked for tonight, the roof,
Yeah.
the paint scheme, and the boarding of the windows.
Okay.
Okay, good. All right. Kevin, is there anything else the construction fellow should know about as far as lighting? Do you want the building somewhat lit at night, or is there any other thing? I know the driveway's been blocked off with cones. So-
We always like a little bit of lighting in there for occupied buildings as a vacant building.
Yeah.
You know, and we know that going in that it's vacant. You know, we notify all the emergency services accordingly. so.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, good.
Leave lighting as is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I think that's, I don't know that you're going to have any exterior lighting on this. You know, that's something that we can work out. Any lighting's going to be very minimal, and it's going to be temporary until a new tenant comes in, so. I think it's just a temporary measure to make the area look a little bit better until
Right.
they can find a new tenant.
Okay, good. All right. You're
Okay.
okay? All right.
Yep.
And I guess if you have any questions, feel free to call the office and,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay,
All right, thank you.
we need motions.
Okay, you want to run with it?
Sure. In the matter of DRB 2015-67, the property at 516 West Lancaster Avenue, which was a McDonald's, I move that we accept the proposal for the new roof line and change in shingle. I move that we accept the paint chip as selected by the board, and I don't know the number, maybe
This is Sherwin-Williams 7512.
7512. And I also move that we not board the windows up, but that they be kept as glass, and that there be low lighting in the building so that it's compliant with what Kevin suggested.
I second that.
Okay.
Okay, then this, oh, do you want to vote on it?
No, go ahead.
Okay, the second, if the applicant wants to board the windows up, then I would ask that the windows be painted, that the plywood be painted to imitate windows.
Okay,
So, I mean, I assume that can be done with a template?
that's right.
Yeah. Have you ever done that?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, all right, good.
Yeah,
Not my
we'll make
first
it-
choice,
I mean,
but-
we can just, if it was me, I would put the windows on the inside of the frames,
Mm-hmm.
because the windows are probably tinted. I'd have to look at the picture again. And then you can always paint the plywood, still paint it black,
Yeah.
so you don't see anything inside but
Gotcha.
black.
Would you do fake mullions on it, or just leave it?
Well, it's because the mullions are still in there. If you're going to leave the glass and the mullions on there, obviously, that's what the
Yeah, but I
plan
mean, would
is.
you- yeah.
You don't paint any, all you do is just paint the plywood black and screw
Yeah.
it to the mullions from the inside.
And leave the glass in place?
And leave the glass intact.
Okay. Well, that would be okay. But I still think it's a security issue to have this building all boarded up with no occupants and no light, not being able to see into it.
If you put plywood on the windows, you're not going to see into it anyway.
Yeah, so should anybody be able to get into that building, I don't know if there's an alarm system or anything, it just would be an unsafe
I don't,
structure in the township. I'd rather see them leave the glass the way it is and
Okay.
have low lighting inside the building.
okay. We'll just leave the building alone and just
Yeah.
put normally inside your buildings, you have emergency lighting.
Yes.
That's the only thing that's lit up in the building when you're outside, when there's
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
no business going on anyway, is the emergency lighting. So if you just want to leave that, do not board up the window. You can put that on that, just tell them, don't board up the windows.
Right.
Yeah.
Use the emergency lighting for the lighting on the interior, and okay with the roof and the facade and all that stuff, and the
Okay.
paint.
If you haven't done it, I'd suggest you remove all the existing McDonald's signage.
Yeah,
I'm assuming that that is
I
going
think
to
that-
happen anyway.
yeah, that's got to happen. If they want it
Yeah.
not to look like a McDonald's, they're going to
We're
take
knocking
everything
one
down.
down over on, was it Butler Avenue? The complete building, just taking it completely out of
Wow.
there.
No.
Right next to the train station.
A McDonald's.
Yeah.
Don't
But
I
you?
know they're closing a lot of them.
Well, I don't know if, I know y'all got to be familiar with that area. It's real nice. It's in town, and then you got this big red McDonald's.
Yeah, it's intrusive.
Yeah.
Okay, what I think we're trying to accomplish is a transitional building that doesn't look like a going business, so people don't approach it thinking that they're going to buy something
Okay.
or get served at something. But it's got to be reasonably attractive, neutrally attractive to prospective buyers or users of the building.
All right. I'll
Does that make
notify my
sense?
project manager when I leave out of here about
That's what makes sense to me. I don't know if it makes sense to
idea
you.
of do
but-
not take the windows and the mullions and everything out. Leave the windows and mullions, do not board up the
Well, from
windows.
the township standpoint, I think we just want something neutral.
Correct. Okay.
Kev- I'm sorry, Kevin?
Is with regard to any safety lighting, things like that, we can discuss that with the applicant when it comes in to
Okay,
get their permits,
terrific.
and we'll leave that up to,
And-
that's nothing that you guys need to discuss
Good.
tonight.
And Kevin, I think there are cones over the entrance and exit so that people can't get in and out of that driveway, is that right?
I believe so.
Yeah, I
It's
think
been a while since
Yeah,
I've.
I mean, though it looks bad, I think that's
Right.
wisdom to have that in place too. So that's on the township, not us.
Yeah.
but-
Okay.
Okay.
All right, do
that?
we hear a second? Okay, thank you.
Second.
Okay.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Aye.
All right, thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thanks.
All right, next on the agenda tonight is DRB 2015-68, the application of Villanova University at 800 East Lancaster Avenue in Villanova for a new building and facade changes. Hello again.
Good evening.
How are
Only
you?
one project this time.
Great.
Don't I know you from somewhere?
I think you've seen me, yes. I'll be right back. Got one more.
Okay.
All evening. Bob, what happened to the first one here? Is that-
She actually continued
Oh.
last month also. For whatever reason.
Well, this doesn't look complicated.
Yeah, I know.
I'm sorry.
This doesn't look complicated.
Yeah. You do a nice job.
So it's John, right? Good to
Oh, this
see you
looks
again.
serious.
Oh, boy. Did you have to carry that in here? Very impressed. Been to the gym.
Right, so this is a request for a modification to the previously approved facade of the Pike lot garage at along Ithan Avenue, near Lancaster Avenue. We have several locations where we would like to modify the previously submitted design to use a tinted cast stone, which is found in other parts of the garage where we previously were showing stone veneers.
Okay.
The thought process was that it's relieving some of the larger expanse of stone, creating some areas of visual relief, and creating some more texture between the dissimilar materials.
Good.
So,
What did you present before? What's this replacing?
if you look at the packet that we provided, the floor elevations, which if we could get on the screen,
I did look at it, but I couldn't,
yeah,
I couldn't get a feel for it.
Is that from the previous presentation? I have that in my bag, yeah.
It's not coming up on this screen.
You always had stone, right?
There's
But
always
now it's
something,
the
yes.
stone veneer?
I'll walk you through the elevations, and actually, if we could turn
There you
the
go.
camera back on, I can put on
Technology.
this little. I could go either way. I mean, I've got the materials on my laptop, it's sometimes cleaner. No, we don't really need a network. The sheet that's labeled Sheet 1 is unchanged from the last time. It's just provided to give you a complete sense of the facades.
John, do you want to lay that out? This is what you showed us last month.
Okay. Actually, you would see no changes from that.
From that, okay.
Particular
Okay,
rendering.
fine.
So the Sheet 1 elevations, this is along Ithan Avenue, unchanged.
Okay.
Sheet 2, this is the side along the SEPTA tracks, the Route 100 tracks.
Right.
And on that side, we have two areas that we're showing changes. At the corner along Ithan Avenue, there is a large section of it was all stone before, just a pure field of stone. So what we're doing is we're showing the precast elements in a pattern that picks up on the window pattern on one of the other corners to give it a little bit of texture and character.
Good.
On the other corner, which is at the corner by the playing fields, again, on the track side, this edge of the corner here where it turns, there we go. Where it turns the corner, we're showing that as the precast also. And what we're doing with that is just helping to highlight the area of stone by giving it I'll call it a softer corner. On the playing field side, which is sheet 3, that area of precast material turns the corner. There's this little stripe that you see here, that corner. And then on the, again, on the playing field side, at that corner on the opposite side.
So you're wrapping it
showing
on
the
3
stone here.
sides now?
Basically, the idea is that
Okay.
we have the concrete at the corners. And so we're creating this rhythm of concrete, stone, concrete. And then on the side that is facing the Future Performing Arts Center, it'd be the Lancaster Avenue side. There is a section in the center which has a, call it like a recessed alcove. We're showing the stone being removed from that. Again, so we create this garage facade as having 2 sections of stone with this buffer in between them. So again, we're breaking up the pure expanse of stone that way.
What sits on the site now, where this building?
Parking garage. I mean, parking lot, sorry.
Parking lot, and how
Yes.
many spaces does the parking lot have?
The parking lot is 577, and this garage is larger. It's picking up some of the lost spaces that will be the housing, the student housing project on the other side of Lancaster Avenue.
And where does it go out? Where does it go out?
Okay, so
It exits on Ithan, right? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, I was just wondering,
if I could get the laptop working, I could show you the application from the previous time that had that site plan. But anyway, where it is on the site is if you picture it's the smaller of the 2 parking lots along Lancaster Avenue. So this is the one that's across from the Nevin Field House. The area immediately at the corner of Lancaster and Ithan is not, it stays as a parking lot for now. In the future, will become the Performing Arts Center. So it's like the back 2/3 of that lot, closer to the train tracks, is where this parking garage goes.
okay,
The main entrance to it is on Ithan Avenue.
okay. Have they done any kind of traffic
yeah.
study?
yeah.
I mean, I'm sure they, because I'll tell you, like,
This has been extensively discussed and reviewed at, how many township meetings, Kevin? It was numerable. It's been studied to an excessive amount.
That's all behind us now, I think.
And how are they gonna, I mean, how are they gonna control the traffic? I mean, how's it gonna flow efficiently? That area is just such a
Right.
difficult area to pass through. I'm just wondering how it's gonna.
Lisa, this went through several months of conditional use hearings where this issue with traffic was raised, and then also through land development, preliminary and final. So the township's traffic engineer has looked at this, has looked at the studies. PennDOT has looked at this project as a whole, and the parking garage is one component of that. So there's a variety of different improvements that the university is going to install and incorporate into the overall project to address the traffic concerns.
And I think the neighbors have weighed in very heavily and had a lot of input. Am I right about that?
Yes.
They've at many meetings, I think there's been a lot of community, particularly in that neighborhood.
There's been a lot of opportunity for the public to provide comment on this project.
Okay.
So I know the shadow shows the performing arts, right?
Right, that's-
What's the communication between the performing arts and the garage? Will they be attached in some way?
No, there's a service drive that goes
Oh,
between
right,
them.
I think I saw that on the
So there's
plan,
no
yeah.
physical connection
Yeah.
between the two.
I think this is an improvement.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. I like the way you broke it up. And this is the stone that
Yes.
looks.
Well, the last meeting we were here, we had photos
Yeah.
of the stone, and there was a sense of not quite sure what we're getting out of it, so we
I know, I
let
thought
a
there was some
sample.
difference in, like, the stone looked different here than it did here, but this is the stone.
That's
which
the
is
stone, yes, and,
Very nice looking.
well, I'm going to put a
It's
little
almost
caveat
the
on it.
stone.
It's almost the stone, you're right. We haven't made a final selection yet. We're still working on that, but this is one of
Are
the
these stone
mock-up
veneer
samples.
panels, or is it laid up masonry stone?
It's a combination of the two, depending on where it's being used.
All right.
The bulk of it is, throughout the project, is a 3 to 5 inch thick stone that rests on each other. There are certain locations where they are cut to a thinner stone.
I see.
Then
But it will be but when it's done, it'll be a homogeneous effect of stone.
oh, it will very much look like stone. I don't know if you've seen the garage expansion going on at the campus currently, in the center campus, over closer to the regional rail tracks. That was all done with a veneer stone, and you would be hard pressed to tell that it was done with a veneer.
Yeah.
This looks good.
Yeah, the precast, all the elements that we're talking about today, and other elements that were on there before, we've done in a colored concrete like this. The idea is it's evocative of a limestone, with a slightly deeper color to it.
Looks good.
Concrete is amazing.
John, if you could, John, put that on the table for the camera, please.
Looks good.
Okay. Any other questions or comments for us, John?
No?
Okay, board?
Don't you want to just stay a little longer,
No.
like we usually do?
Lisa, you're okay? Tony, you're right? Lisa, want to
That's
make a
great.
motion?
In the matter of DRB 2015-68, I move that we approve the new building facade changes as submitted.
Okay, do we have a second?
Second.
Okay,
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, John, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Thanks.
Wait,
Yeah, one more.
did we do classification? Oh, no, I thought that was the,
Okay, last item on our agenda tonight is DRB 2015-69, the application of Classic Coachwork at 228 East Lancaster Avenue in Wayne for a freestanding sign.
okay, what did I do?
I think everybody knows Dennis.
Hi, Dennis.
Yeah, how you doing, Dennis?
Happy holidays.
You too. All right, Dennis.
What do the photos look like? Did I throw mine in?
Here we go.
I don't know what I did with mine.
So Dennis, this sign is up, right?
Right. I just wanted to give you a little history on this. With John's business there, Classic Coachworks, he's had a lot of trouble with this sign over the years. He had a bed around it at one time with like railroad ties and everything, and everybody was knocking over that. And see, this is along there. This is an open lot between like where AT&T is and his building. It's not like where Gartmeyer's is, where there's a wall on either side. So people come in here and drive in here in the evening and everything as well. So after that, there was a nice carved sign knocked down. Then we put up this sign that you see right now, and there was ballards put up that cars got ruined and ballards got tilted, everything. I mean, nothing's stopping anything.
It's good for business. What's he complaining about?
I know.
Right?
This is
You know?
why these people are bringing their cars in.
But it's some of his guys driving.
Okay, all right, that's not
Okay,
good.
that's fine.
Yeah.
Well, how about no sign, then nobody has anything to worry about? There we go.
Yeah,
So we've had this sign up there twice. This has been hit twice.
wow.
So in the middle of us doing it, I was just doing a sign, repairing the previous sign that looked exactly like that. But then John had somebody contact me and say, you know, this was like 4 by 5.5, that sign.
Okay.
So then John had somebody contact me, why don't we reduce the height? So we made it an oval, and now this sign's only 31 inches high as opposed to 48, just so cars, normal sized cars and maybe SUVs could get under it. But, so that's where we were. It changed in the middle, and I apologize for not getting coming in for the
It
board
looks-
on
I
that.
like it.
It's a pretty
Looks
sign.
really
It's
good.
really pretty.
Now
What's
it's
the
a
base? What do you have going there?
Now it's a carved gold leaf sign and everything, which is very nice again.
Yeah, it's
The
very
prior signs were PVC signs because John was tired of buying signs and everything.
I think it looks great.
I think it's really good.
I really think you have to protect somehow the base of that pole with either a donut of concrete or something. It's very vulnerable, and I see signs like that all the time getting squashed, so.
Especially with the open.
Right.
Exactly,
Of the
yeah.
blacktop and.
Yeah, you should put a curbing, I think, a donut curbing around the bottom.
Low-level curbing,
Yeah.
enough to hit the
Yeah,
tires,
like-
but maybe not enough.
Someone
to
is
hit the
drive
Just those concrete blocks or something like that, you mean?
Like the concrete blocks you can get
blocks?
that form a circle?
Well,
Is that what you're
well,
thinking?
I mean, you got a beautiful building there, something maybe that mimics the, you know, the facade of the building. I mean, you've done a great job down there. John, you want to come up? John, might as well introduce yourself.
I'm John Schnoffer. I own Classic Coachworks. The ballards is a great idea. The problem is the sign is on the property line, so AT&T behind us.
No, I don't think bollards are the answer. I think
Well,
putting
even curbing.
like a
Problem with
10-inch
curbing
donut
because
around the
they run a
bottom.
driveway between
Oh,
the two buildings.
You don't have to do it. I'm just suggesting for your own protection because it's going to get
John, you're
whacked.
saying if you put something, it's going to be on your
Someone's
neighbor's
gonna
property.
back
It's going to be the neighbor's property.
Right.
Because
Got it.
originally when we did it, they said we could put lights in it, you know, to illuminate it. It's not illuminated now.
Right.
But they said to put lights on it. But then we were on our neighbor's property again.
Mm-hmm.
This sign is, and I think Dennis neglected to say, it is hinged.
Oh,
Okay.
well, it has to be fixed.
Yeah.
Well, it is fixed, but I mean, it's, so if somebody hits it, it won't.
No, it swings now.
It swings now.
I put brackets on it.
Dan,
You put brackets.
S and I hooks, so it can swing in the wind, and
If somebody hits
if
it-
a large truck hits it, it'll just sway, it won't.
See, the other-
We have in the code that they have to
Yeah.
be fixed. You have to stop traffic from going under that sign.
The
I don't know
problem
how-
is on the weekends when we're not there, you can't stop it, because a lot of times they go to Starbucks, or they go to AT&T, or they go to Joe's on the weekend.
Right.
And they park there. We can't stop that. That was part of the problem. We come in on Monday mornings, and we find the sign in pieces.
Yeah.
And then, you know, after a while, I got tired of buying signs, and insurance companies, you know, it was $5,000 a pop. I mean, Dennis was making money off it. After a while, you got to say.
Maybe Dennis is hitting the sign.
Maybe
You know,
he
do you have a
was.
camera out
After
there?
a while, we kind
I
of
give
figured
out
this
the
was
Phillies
best of
tickets
all.
to people to do.
Yeah, there you
It's
go.
probably the best of all alternatives to save, you know, it's a great looking sign, and I think it fits the area, I think,
Does.
great. And
Okay,
it's,
so the reason for having fixed signs, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I'm just thinking that it's safety within a walking area,
Right.
pedestrians, and this is up high enough, and you have a practical reason for
Yeah.
allowing it to move. Can we make an allowance for
I
that?
almost think it's like in the NBA, the backboards. You know, if you hit them, they're going to
Yeah.
go down. So maybe you can anchor it, but somehow anchor it in such a way that
Well, we
if
could,
a car hits it, it's going to break
We could
away.
weld those flat bars to the bracket that extends out.
yeah, we just thought we were being smart here, you know.
Now I'm mad at these people. You need those tire things that puncture.
Well,
the
you
tire.
come there on a Sunday. I mean, people between Starbucks and the church and Joe's, both our lots filled, Garthmar's filled.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
You know,
know.
AT&T's filled, because none of us are open,
Yeah.
and the cars are all over the place.
So your neighbor's not going to allow you to put any
Maybe there's a
curbing.
way you can take it down on
But
weekends.
see, it'll cause problems. Even if they allowed it,
Yeah.
that curbing, like, say this is the end of the property line
Yeah.
here, you put a curb here, there's a parking space
Right,
right
yeah.
there.
So is there a
And the
parking space?
driveway
Right.
going in the back.
Is this
Oh,
a
is there?
parking space here, or what am I looking, I should know
Yeah,
this, but I'm
the-
here all the time.
This is a parking space
our
coming
side.
up on Classic Coachworks side.
But the other side is right on the edge. They have a driveway
They
that
have a-
runs between the two buildings.
Yeah. So you
Yes.
can't have any kind of a barrier going from
We
either
can have a
side.
barrier on one side, but not the other because.
Well, can you have a
it's-
barrier on the side where your sign is hanging?
It fits right on the property line. It's on both sides.
No, I mean, does the property line follow that horizontal line in
Yes,
the- in the photograph?
yes.
So what if you had something higher than a curb, something someone couldn't drive over? I don't know,
The
like.
problem is the next door still doesn't, if they
Yeah.
back into it next door, they still hit it.
John,
People are idiots.
I mean, would you consider putting a wall sign and getting rid of that altogether?
We kind of need it. I mean, when we didn't have it then. we
Yeah,
had
you're a
lot
little
of-
hidden
We had
there.
a lot of people say we were out of business.
But do you have a wall sign or not?
Now,
Not on a building?
now, I mean, we did
I mean,
a lot
that's-
of work to the front of that building. as
I know
know.
you did. It looks
It's
great.
such a
Did a
great
ton.
looking
Yeah.
building. People
And,
need to.
you know, we restored all that.
Right.
We restored all that, and I would prefer not to.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, since we put a lot of, I mean,
Just
I
a
can't
little
tell
closer to
you.
Mike.
I can't tell you how much because we actually, that's the original brick.
Yeah.
And I had somebody come in and
Right.
take all
No, it
the
looks
old, remember the
terrific.
old paint that used to be on it? It was ugly.
Yeah,
know,
you did
so-
it beautiful. It's such an asset. It's really pretty. The sign is great looking.
I'd say give it a try.
I'd say give it a
If it's
shot.
conforming,
We did it, yeah. Well,
if it's conforming, give it a try, and if
Yeah.
you
And
have
it's smaller than
problems,
the old
then
one, so-
Yeah.
repair it.
Smaller tire.
Yeah.
Right.
And
It
Dennis
looks
did a
great.
great job with the, I think it looks great.
I mean, I don't think we can solve all the what-if scenarios
No.
for the sign,
No.
for now or for the future.
I'm gonna watch that sign though. I'll call you if I see anything. Just be like,
Yeah, it's always on Monday mornings when you find them pieces on the ground.
Wow.
That's when you,
yeah.
Okay.
We'll bring it in for the
Can we-
weekends,
can
that's
we
all.
pass that?
Like this one?
Yeah.
Oh, it says Kevin.
Kevin, can we pass that?
As far as it swinging?
Yeah.
I was looking through the code, and I didn't see any outright prohibition on that, but I would have to take a look at that a little bit closer.
You
But
know-
if there is a zoning restriction against that, no, you do not have the ability to waive that. That's something that only the zoning hearing board could.
And you know, one thing I'm wondering, maybe it's the flag signs, those protruding signs on the buildings in the Wayne Business District that have to be fixed. Because those, I think, have to be fixed. Maybe that's what I'm thinking.
I think it's,
I'll have to take a look at the code a little bit deeper.
Okay. Is that something I can find in my code book?
I think,
Maybe not. The big book.
I think there's something in there about the sign swinging, so.
Okay.
Even if it's higher up?
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Wait, freestanding.
Like I said, let's
sign-
have something breakaway kind of thing, where it's anchored down, but with a little bit of pressure, it's
We
going
could
to break
just
free.
weld it. I mean, we could send.
Yeah.
I would, maybe a clip that just would
We
break.
could just weld it.
Break it, yeah,
Just break it
exactly.
if somebody.
Just weld it now.
Because the last time it was hit, that whole bracket gave way too.
Did it really?
We had to weld the bracket back.
Wow.
Where is that sign in here? Because I've got pole signs.
No, I think it,
I would just anchor it with a clip so it's anchored, so that if somebody
Yeah.
hit it, it broke.
The clip would break and the sign would swing.
Yeah, we
You have an
could
idea
do
for
that, sure.
You know, you're allowed to have instructional signs that say, stay away from the sign. How about that? We can have instructional signs. We do have provision for that.
Okay, so if you can do that, I think that's a great idea. So it's still, it has a clip that keeps it fixed, but that clip will break before your sign breaks.
Sort of like the parking signs, the breakaway signs. or whatever.
Yes,
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah,
All right.
okay.
in that case. I would
All right,
like
and I
to
think
pass
the size, the pole height, everything looks good.
sign. And are you building this base?
I think Dennis put there is a base there now, but I think it's all one color.
We
Yeah.
were trying to match, John was doing the work on the building at the same time, so we were just showing the
It's
base.
stucco now. I mean, it's
Okay.
stucco and painted.
Got it.
It just doesn't have the stone.
Okay.
that he's
Yeah,
showing.
I don't have to have it have the stone. I was just wondering
No,
if that was there.
it's something nice. It's cemented nice.
Trying to compete with Villanova there, or?
John, your address number's on the building, I'm sure, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. All right.
Board, I found that provision in the code, and I believe this is in the WBOD. Signs shall not be permitted to swing is a restriction for projecting signs.
Yes, oh, good.
Not for necessarily freestanding signs.
Swing
There
away.
you go.
Not for a freestanding sign.
And if something differs, and if I find another restriction, we would look at that as from the building permit side as well.
Well, if you find another restriction, then they can do the clip, the breakaway clip.
Okay, good.
No
Sounds
problem.
good.
All right. We're easy.
Any other questions for us? John, Dennis, you guys are good?
Yep.
Board, any questions, comments? You guys all right? Tony, want to take this last one?
Sure.
Thanks.
In the matter of DRB 2015-69, Classic Coachwork, we approve the sign submission as submitted.
Okay, who is second?
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Appreciate it,
Thank
okay.
you. Thanks.
And Merry Christmas.
Thanks, Dan.
Happy New Year.
Christmas.
Okay,
Well, that's good.
Is there any other-
That vague feeling about it being
Yeah.
those projecting signs, so Kevin, thank you for finding
okay.
it.
Any other business for our board tonight? No? Okay, we'll see you next year. Thank you.
Goodness.